Hey, random people out there on the internet. Been away for a while. Sorry if you're one of my followers that likes to watch my videos, but real life sometimes gets in the way of my fantasy life as a woodworker. So, been trying to come up with another project. I have said in past videos that I don't repeat projects very often. Not entirely true. I've done a few birdhouses, and I've done a couple of paper towel dispensers. This one that sits in my shop is thrown together with a bunch of scraps. Basically, there's a rod in there. It's a box. You pull the pals down, rip them off. And it's actually pretty neat. I liked it, so I made one out of cedar and gave it to my youngest daughter. Then, today, I decided, you know what? I want to make another one. I want to make it out of walnut, and we're going to see how I'm going to be doing that. We're going to start with some strips. In other past videos, I've shown how to make some strips like these. Basically, I'm using this, which is a thin rip jig. Unfortunately for my saw, it's a little loose, so I went ahead and I locked it in place like this. I passed my walnut through here. As it stays up against the roller at the end of this, it makes sure that every strip comes out to the same thickness. So I've ripped down a few of those. We got those sitting over here. And our next step is to start taping them together to make kind of a panel. So basically it's a pretty simple process. I'm going to line them up pretty good. Get us a piece of tape. Squeeze them together really well and put that piece of tape on there. What am I doing? Well, two things at the same time here. First of all, you'll see that there's a little bend in it. As I go through here and move steadily down, I'll keep applying those pieces of tape and squeezing it together so that eventually it's all together and taped in place. The second thing that it does also is that when I go to put my clamps on there, the squeeze out will get trapped by the tape and it won't get all over my clamps and stuff like that. And there won't be as much tear out to worry about. So next step is to go ahead and tape all these together and then start the gluing process. All right, so I got them all taped together here. And when I flip them over, I can start putting glue in. What I'll do is I'll take and hold it like this, run my glue right down that bead right there. Also for watching for little gaps where there wasn't any glue, like right there. So let me glue all these together and then we'll put them in clamps so we can go ahead and glue them all together. Alright, after a little bit of a mess, I got the glue all in there and I've set up my clamps. Basically, you want to apply pressure nice and evenly, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take and tighten these up. But before I do, I'm going to put these in. Woodworkers call these a caul. So I'm going to put these in like this. And I'm going to step over here and get me a board to reach across them. Like this. And what this is going to do is that when I put the weights on here, it's going to hold them flat while the glue sets. So those will all stay nice and flat. But I'm also going to put some more clamps on here to give it double pressure. People will tell you you got to clamp it, but you want to clamp it firm, but you don't want to get nuts with it. But you do want to make sure that it's nice and tight so it squeezes as much of that excess glue out as you can. You notice I'm a big fan of the blue tape. Basically, the blue tape helps me keep stuff from being squeezed out on the bottom and getting on my clamps, and then putting it on these here allows me to pull these off, and then it's just pull the tape off. Then I'll come back and sand off that excess glue. But now we need to apply pressure. Come on, baby. All right. Let's move you over here. Drop this sucker in there. Here we go. A little bit of extra pressure there. Actually, I'll be able to do it more like that now. What did you hear all the time? Don't try this at home. One more time. That over a little bit. Get that guy in there like that. That guy back on there like that. All right, that doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. Probably take an hour or so to get those dried out, but you know, we'll try to speed up the process for you guys. All right, glue is dried. I cut it into pieces, and the way I did this, I wanted my pieces all to be the same length. So what I did is I put blue tape on there, taped them together like one big board, brought it over to my miter saw and cut it. Another thing that this blue tape will do is help you get a nice fine edge. You won't have as much tear out from your saw if you put tape above and below the blade like I've done here. So anyway, you can see that all three of these pieces are cut nice and smooth. Not a lot of tear out, just a light sanding on that. And I've already sanded it down to about 220. I'll sand it again before I put a finish on there. I think I'm going to try to go with a clear coat because I like the look of this walnut the way it is. I'd rather keep it that way if I can, which is the objective here. But you can see that I've got some of the sides ready for the box I need to make. And if it's done well, you can barely see that this is actually 11 pieces of wood all glued together. I think that came out pretty nice. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. When I start to assemble this and finish cutting the rest of my pieces, we'll come back and we'll see how this works out for me. I plan to do a couple of dados on it and whatnot, try to make it look as pretty as I can. And then, who knows, maybe I'll sell it.